I'm Ted Keys, your host and top freight agent training expert here in Southern California. This topic comes from my 30 plus years of business, sales, and freight moving success. Watch, learn, and apply it. You'll move more freight efficiently, effectively, effortlessly, and make more money financially. And call me at 626-309-9141 with any questions. Now explode your business with...
Guys, hello and welcome again to my Tuesday training call. I'm Ted Keys, your host and top freight sales, top freight broker training expert.
Today I'll show you how to move more freight efficiently, effectively, and effortlessly so you make more money financially. And after the call today, go to my website, tedkeysonline.com, to hear more of my podcasts, read more of my blog posts, watch more of my videos, and while you're there, visit my Freight Sales Success Store for top-notch freight moving products to explode your business today. And if you have any questions today, any questions regardless of what it is, or specifically, are you ready for my top producing one-on-one personal freight sales, freight broker training? Then give me a call, Ted Keys. I'm at 626-309-9141.
Today's training topic is how your phone is your best weapon. Again, how your phone is your best weapon. I mean, when you think about that, what it reminds me of, all the folks that are on my call today, how are they on my call? They're on my call utilizing their phone. Your phone is always your best weapon outside of face-to-face communication. So those of you that are on my list today and you've received many invites to get on the call today, just scroll down to the bottom. We're going to go over our topic today with those attachments, those free attachments that I provided there for you. Just go ahead and print them out. And we're going to talk about today how your phone is your best weapon. As I just said, outside of face-to-face communication, and let me just interject here, for those of you that wish to receive my weekly attachment, all you have to do is go to my website, tedkeysonline.com. On any page, upper right-hand corner, just enter your contact details. That will get you on, or that will allow me to send you an invite to get on my Tuesday training call every single week. Again, but let's talk about my topic today, how your phone is your best weapon. How your phone is your best weapon. I mean, really, when you think about it, outside of verbal communication on a daily basis, the item that you utilize most to communicate outside of your computer is your telephone. It's easy to use and everybody has one. However, we don't use it as effectively as we should use it. I mean, there are so many different ways that we can use our telephone to get so many more positive results, not only in our life and in our business, but again, unfortunately, individuals, most of society, they go to the easiest way to communicate. Nowadays, the easiest way to communicate is through email and texting. Let me give you an idea or a sample of how I utilize it. And again, this has nothing to do with moving freight. As I've said on many occasions before, I'm one of 13 kids. My mom and dad had 13 kids. I'm one of the 13. I am number 9 in the process. So imagine having 13 birthdays throughout the course of a year. Well, what typically happens when one of us has a birthday is that we are all on this group text. And what happens is when somebody has a birthday, one individual starts out with a text saying, "Happy birthday, whoever it is today," whether it's Ken, whether it's Chris, whether it's Kitty, whether it's Kelly. Somebody starts by sending out a text. What happens after that is my siblings follow suit. My siblings follow suit in this group text. But what I do every year for every individual that has a birthday, I wait till the end of the day and I pick up the phone and I call them. I call them and I speak to them face to face. My question is, what do you think has a better effect? A text whether somebody's just saying happy birthday, or somebody actually picks up the phone and they call you? What are you going to remember the most? Well, high probability is you are going to remember that telephone call that somebody went out of their way to do. And it's no different in sales. It's no different in building your business. Whenever you have the ability and the opportunity to make a phone call and reach out and speak to somebody for the first time, utilize the phone. Utilize the phone. Now, you can text, yeah. If you get somebody's text, yeah, you can go ahead and text them. And here's the thing, everybody has a phone. Not only do we have a phone, but every time you send a text, we usually look at that text, but it never ever has the same effect as somebody actually picking up the phone and call you. Your prospects and your customers, they are no different. Hence, we're going to talk today about how your phone is your best weapon, your best form of communication to actually pick it up, utilize, and communicate with with a freight prospect. Because you can go on the internet and look at how many whatever websites you want to and find out who the shipping decision maker is. A lot of times the shipping decision maker is listed on their website. Not only that, you're also given their email. But if you just start emailing them out of the blue and they have absolutely no idea who you are, the probability of them responding to your email is less than 1%. Less than 1%. Email is the lowest form. Outside of verbal communication, the phone is the next in line. But the most important money-making tool that you have on this planet and that we utilize, it is your telephone. It's your telephone. The telephone allows you to reach out to anyone and anywhere in the world. You can make a call and get to anyone and anywhere in the world. And whether you're getting a new freight customer off the ground as an agent or a broker, or you want to increase your profit in your current business, the telephone and your telephone, whether it's a cell phone, whether it's a landline, that is your biggest ally. But what if you hate or you think that you hate your telephone? Well, most individuals in our world, they just despise the idea of picking up a telephone and talking to somebody on the other line and asking them for something. And in our case, it's asking them for their freight loads. The reality is, here's the reality, here's the facts, 95% of people in the world, they're not comfortable with talking on the telephone, especially that first time. So, when you pick up the phone and utilize it, all right, you are above those 95%, because most individuals, most freight agents and brokers, they will attempt to communicate in some other form. They're going to try doing it via text or via email. And again, when we get going with our customer, we do communicate a lot by email, but you just cannot beat the value of the phone. 95% of people in the world are not comfortable with utilizing the phone. However, it's the second most effective form of communication outside, again, of talking to somebody face to face. If this is you, and if you feel that way, all I can say is you're not alone. But one thing you do have to do is you've got to break out of this. You've got to pick up this thing and learn how to utilize it. And once you learn how to utilize it, you will be so much better off. The secret to using the phone to help you reach your goals is to understanding a few tricks on how to utilize it that's going to remove the stress, the worry, and the discomfort, and leave you feeling strong, confident, and in control. I'll say this. Let me just say this as an example. The biggest and most profitable loads I had and have had and continue to have are over the phone. I mean, just to give you an example, I have moved several loads. I shouldn't say several, I should say many loads that are into the profit of 4 digits. When I say 4 digits, think $1,000 or more. Not only myself, but many of our freight agents, they have moved loads that have produced profits in the 4-digit areas. And how did they do it? They start by utilizing the phone. They start by utilizing the phone. That's how powerful this tool right here is. So here's a few things that you've got to know, guys, so you get what you want for your freight business over the phone or utilizing the phone. The first thing you have to do when you utilize a phone is you've got to stand out on every call. Stand out on every call. If you just pick this thing up and say, hi, well, gee, what is my name? Oh yeah, my name is Ted. Who do I represent? Oh yeah, I represent Logistic Dynamics. That is not standing out on every call. You see, most individuals, they blow that opportunity within the first 25 seconds of making the call. Why? Because they don't stand out. Why don't they stand out? Because they just don't have the confidence yet. And if you don't have the confidence yet in utilizing your phone, well, keep doing it over and over again. Once you keep doing that, you're going to realize that nobody's reaching through the phone to grab you. And as you keep reciprocating that process, keep asking those questions that I've got on my sales call information sheet in my Freight Sales Success Guide. Just keep asking those same questions over and over again. You will gain the confidence and you will start standing out on every call. Don't lose a call on your introduction like so many people do. Stand out from every individual your prospect gets who does end up calling and getting through to them. Because let's face it, I mean, think about it. How often do you have to call a prospect before you actually get through? Sometimes it's many times. It could be 5 times, it could be 10 times. However, once you get through, are you going to blow it? Are you going to blow it after 25 seconds? No, your goal is to stand out right away, and that's the first thing you have to do. You've got to stand out on every call. Just as an example, how I stand out on every call. As soon as they get on the call, first thing I say, hi, I'm Ted Keys. I'm with Logistic Dynamics. And then I go on from there. Second thing you have to do utilizing the phone is you have to set your intention. What's your intention? Why are you calling? I mean, the thing that I say after I introduce myself, the purpose of my call is, hey, this is the reason why I'm calling you. You know, what is your intention when you call, folks? Really think about this. Are you calling the prospect based on a referral? I mean, if you are, then say, hey, purpose of my call is I was referred to you by John Smith from XX Company or Double Y or Double Z Company, whatever it is. Let them know who referred you and mention that person's name right away so they can feel at ease. I mean, that's one of the best things about getting a referral. When you mention somebody else, it puts your prospect at ease. Let them know that you were referred by such and such. Also, are you attempting to secure their freight loads? You know, going to a certain location. Do you still move those loads to Houston? Do you still pick up those loads from Nashville? I mean, that's the purpose. That's stating your purpose of the call. Set your intention right away after your greeting. So the first thing you have to do is you have to stand out. Okay, you have to stand out on every call. You've got to set your intention. The third thing you have to do is qualify their freight needs. Third thing you have to do is qualify their freight needs. What do I need by that? Well, again, first of all, do your research. Qualify their freight needs by doing your research. How do you do your research? Get on Google, get on Bing, whatever it is, get on Safari, find out what this company does. At least do the minimum of what it is that they make or manufacture. Now, a company is not going to list on their website that they, that they deliver or ship freight to Miami, Florida, or to California. You know, they just don't do that. But at least find out what it is that they make. That's by doing some research. Also, when you stand out when you introduce yourself and you state your purpose. Ask them, hey, ask them with what you're familiar with. My specialty is moving freight to Houston, Texas. That's just one of the things I do. I move freight to Texas. A question you can ask right away. by finding out their freight needs is, do you move any freight to Texas? Now, Texas is a big state. It's 800 miles across. It's 600 miles from north to south. Just saying, do you move freight to Texas is not defined enough. So if you have familiarity with moving freight to Houston, ask them, do you move freight to Houston? Do you move freight to Dallas? That's establishing their freight need. Also, do you move LTL? Again, establishing freight need, their freight needs. Do you do drive-in? Do you do reefer? Again, what they say on their website will give you an indication of what type of freight that they move. If the freight they move is not in your expertise, i.e., do they move cartons or do they move envelopes? If that is not what you do, then move on. Don't waste your time. I remember when I started doing this, I would talk to people and they say that they moved cartons, less than a pallet load. And I'd still dink around with it thinking that, I could still do something with it. If somebody ever tells you we just move cartons or packages, let UPS, let FedEx, let DHL, let the small courier services deal with that. If you're going to broker freight and do it profitably, you're going to do it at a pallet or more. You're going to do it at a pallet or more. That's what LTL stands for. LTL stands for less than truckload. However, it means more than a pallet or a pallet or more. So the third thing you're going to do is you're going to qualify their freight needs. The fourth thing you're going to do, this is the main thing that this is your main goal that you do when you make contact via the phone with a prospect for the first time. The fourth thing that you're going to do is you're going to acquire their email address. Acquire their email address. That is your biggest goal when you make a call. Acquire their email address. Why? It's not because that you're going to be emailing them from here on in. The main purpose of their email is so that they can send you their freight loads. They can email you their freight loads. They can email you the lanes that they're working on. But just because they email you doesn't mean that all you do is email back. Whenever you have the opportunity to make contact with somebody, whether a prospect or a customer, always use the phone. The phone has so much more value behind it than a text or an email or a letter or anything like that. Always, always, always use the phone. But the fourth thing, the main thing that you're doing is you're getting their email. The final step in any phone call where you want something to happen is to get the decision maker's email address so you can have an additional source of communication. And I just mentioned that source of communication so they can email you their freight loads, for freight rates, let you know what they're working on, i.e. these are actual loads or loads coming up. Hey, get me a rate on this lane. Then turn that freight prospect into a freight customer through continual follow-up with them. Again, if your desire is to get a customer ASAP, then utilize the phone. This separates the haves from the have-nots. Remember, I said it earlier, a phone call always trumps an email. Let me say that again. A phone call always, always, always trumps an email. The main purpose of an email further is to send you their loads, just like I talked about earlier. Those who are willing to make the time commitment and do what it takes to make their dreams come true for themselves and those around them, utilize the phone. Always utilize the phone when you have that opportunity, guys. If you want to build a top producing freight business, as I do, as I have, as our agents have, then you must get on the phone now to make that dream a reality, just like I'm on the phone with you right now. I cannot state how valuable this tool is, how valuable this piece of how valuable how valuable this thing is here. And that is how your phone is your best weapon, how your phone is your best weapon. Again, thanks for joining me today on my Tuesday training call. Been a pleasure having you all. I'll see you all again next week on my Tuesday training call, which, by the way, is at 2 p.m. Pacific time and 5 p.m. Eastern time. Again, thanks for joining me today on my Tuesday training call. Thanks, take care. I'll see you all again next week. Bye-bye.
When you arrive at my Freight Sales Success Store today, you'll see a host of products available there for purchase. First one you'll see available is my flagship product. That is my Freight Sales Success Guide, typically for beginner and struggling freight agents. If you're searching for that daily motivation to set goals, to achieve them, to pick up the phone daily and connect and build relationships with the marketplace, then opt for my Freight Sales Success Quotes. And if you're searching for those specific skills, and there are many skills, many individual skills required to be successful in this profession, then opt for my Freight Sales Success Skill. I highly recommend each one of these products, available for purchase today in my Freight Sales Success Store. Do you have any questions again? Do you have any questions about today's call? Or more importantly, are you ready for my top producing one-on-one personal freight sales, freight broker training? Then give me, Ted Keys, a call. I'm at 626-309-9141. Great topic for today. Take these skills, apply them. You'll be amazed at what happens to your results.